A letter from an official judicial body in Iran has called on laboratories to help prevent criminal abortions by reporting women's positive pregnancy tests to the government. The letter, issued by the Deputy Minister for Justice in Iran's northern Mazandaran province, called on labs in the province to infringe patient privacy rights and patient-doctor confidentiality by informing local authorities of any new pregnancies in the region. Addressed to the President of University of Medical Sciences in Iran from the province's crime prevention deputy, the letter read, "One of the ways to prevent abortion is by connecting laboratories and the clinical centers to introduce mothers with positive pregnancy test results." The letter was leaked on Twitter by health and medical journalist Iranian and has triggered outraged responses from women in Iran on social media. "I think we are outpacing The Handmaid's Tale. Protecting patients' privacy is meaningless," one Twitter user wrote, in reference to the dystopian television drama in which women are treated as property of the state. Another Twitter user commented, "I really do not understand why in a country with such a low level of public welfare, the government comes and launches a policy of increasing the population. What is this ridiculous game?" The news comes amid the introduction of bizarre television censorship rules in Iran, which bans broadcasters from showing women eating pizza, sandwiches and red-colored drinks. Abortion in Iran is illegal in almost all cases, with occasional exceptions granted for married women who can prove that giving birth would endanger their lives or the life of the baby, or in the case that the child is likely to be born with severe disabilities. Women who are unmarried, or who have become pregnant through adulterous relationships, have no access to legal abortions. Around 9,000 legal abortions are performed each year in Iran, but the Iranian Health Ministry estimates around 250,000 illegal abortions take place every year. While pregnant women can turn to back alley clinics or make appointments with doctors off the books to receive abortions, Iran also punishes any medical professional who is found to have given an illegal abortion with a prison sentence of up to 1 year and considerable fines, according to the BBC. This discourages many clinics from offering such a service, forcing women with unwanted pregnancies to turn to drastic measures to prevent birth. An Iranian women's rights activist told ABC News on condition of anonymity that the move is symptomatic of the Islamic Republic's desire to maintain control over women's bodies. Just imagine a woman who has got pregnant in an extramarital affair. They would never dare refer to a lab for a pregnancy test if they know their information is being reported, the activist said. In response to the social media outcry, Iran's official IRIB News published an interview with the crime prevention deputy of the provincial judiciary, saying the command in the letter was just to prevent unprofessional abortions. However, there are suspicions that the move could be part of a plan to boost Iran's withering population growth. The country's population growth rate between 2011 and 2016 was 1.24%, but now sits at 1.15% according to data collected by the World Population Review. Similarly to doctors found to have administered illegal abortions, women who have illegally aborted a baby face considerable fines, but the length of their jail term is determined by the judge on a case-by-case basis, creating the potential for serious jail terms. The Iranian activist told ABC News, "The solution to overcome a low population rate is not policing people's relations and affairs, or their access to safe abortion or contraceptives." The government letter calling for labs to report positive pregnancy tests has quickly put paid to hopes that the nation was relaxing its stance on women's rights after the government recently announced that women would be allowed to attend a football game for the first time in 2 years. Meanwhile, Iran Wire reported on Tuesday that Iranian government officials have issued new guidelines to broadcasters preventing them from showing women engaging in certain behaviors. The website said Amir Hossein Shamshadi, the head of PR at the state broadcaster Arab, ruled that women should not be shown on screen eating pizza or sandwiches, or drinking any red-colored beverages. To ensure that the strict new rules are followed, any scenes or photographs showing men and women in a domestic setting will have to be cleared by the Arab before broadcast. Some Iranian streaming sites will self-censor to avoid facing sanctions from authorities in Tehran. Advertisement.